guys. So this is your girl Sis-Lo with another newsworthy update, and I have some guests on a panel with me. So how about you go grab a little glass of Pepsi, a little something to drink, maybe a little snack, and meet us back here in about 30 seconds. I can see you. Can you see me? Okay, guys. Thank you, Miss Tanya, my faithful friend, moderator, longtime friend and pal, for jumping in and being my producer once again. When
No
I get rich,
problem.
when I get rich, you're gonna be amongst the first I make a
Girl,
million.
I just want to be like Oprah and Stedman. I want the little house behind the big house, girl.
You hear me? You're right.
And, oh, but you got to give me a pool boy.
Girl, I get you a pool, man. Ew.
Yes.
So we are going to go right on into it. And guys, this is an update on the situation with the young girl that has been missing um here in the in the city of, in the Detroit area since January 4th. Her name is Zion Foster. Zion um text her mom while she was on her way home after hanging out for a little while with her cousin, allegedly hanging out with her cousin for a while. She texted her mom and told her that she would be home in about 15 or 20 minutes, but she never showed up. Her mom kept texting back and forth with her for a hot second, and then all of a sudden her line just went mute. Now the latest was that she was hanging out with her 23-year-old cousin, Jalen Brazier. And Jalen is related to her through marriage. So her mom's husband is Jalen's nephew or cousin. So he's the cousin or nephew of Zion's stepdad. But Jalen and Zion were really close. They said that Zion used to do her hair. Um, he used to I'm sorry, he used to do her hair. She used to do his girlfriend's hair, and they hung out often. So what later developed is that Jalen has apparently what the mom found out once they got the records, the phone records and everything. Well, let me go back and say that the phone, when they got the phone records, the last place that Zion's phone pinged was in front of Jalen's house, at Jalen's house on the west side of Detroit. So they know that she was in fact with him and that she was at his home. Also, uh the ring phone footage or video footage has his car picking Zion up in front of her house. So it shows him pulling up in front of her house, picking her up, and her getting in the car and leaving with him. Now, when he was asked by her mom when was the last time he saw her, he said that he had not seen her. He said, "Well, I haven't seen her in about 3 years." Then he turned around and said he hadn't seen her in a couple of years. Then he said, "I ain't seen her since last year." When everybody knows that is all a lie because they got him on the ring footage saying picking her up in front of her house. So of course that piqued suspicions. Later on, her mom began to get uh different tips and things like that coming in on her inbox on Facebook, on text messages, and what have you. And there were people that were saying, well, there was one particular person said, I got information, I'll give it to you, but it's going to cost you $200. So she said, be out of desperation. She paid the $200 to get the information. And they said that Zion was being held hostage. If she didn't pay the money, that they were going to either kill her or sell her into sex trafficking. Then she got another tip that said that she had already been sold into sex trafficking. And so she got all of these different tips and leads or inquiries, whether or not they were found to be true or they don't really know. But because she was kidnapped from East Point and taken to Detroit, both East Point, Michigan and Detroit, Michigan collaborated on this story. And because it involves a young lady that's been missing and it's a suspicion of sex trafficking, that crosses international lines often. So now the FBI is also involved. Hang on one second, you guys. My God.
You want me to show the video?
Yeah. Oh, actually, yes. You can go ahead and show the video, and then everybody go ahead and.
All right, I already got it up there. You just gotta
click on it.
Add it on.
Okay. There
okay.
we go. Okay, guys, this is a little news footage courtesy of Fox 2 News. One moment.
17-year-old Zion. There is still no trace of missing 17-year-old Zion Foster.
Last time I saw my baby was the 4th.
Last week, Sierra Milton told Fox 2 her daughter was picked up by a cousin, Jalen Brazier, to hang out at a home on Detroit's west side, something they did often. But she never made it back to her mom, who lives in East Point.
My baby, 17. So much life ahead of her.
Monday, Jalen Brazier in an East Point court charged for lying to police after he was questioned about her disappearance. Judge Kathleen Galen spoke right at him in court.
There's a 17-year-old, his cousin, who's missing, or maybe in grave danger, or worse yet, maybe dead.
Late last week, Detroit police submitted a homicide warrant request for Brazier to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. It was returned to investigators pending further investigation. We are told there is not an active warrant for Brazier in Detroit, but Judge Galen brought it up.
If those allegations are true, it speaks to the dangerousness of this individual.
Bond for Brazier at $250,000 cash surety. We spoke with his court-appointed attorney who had this to say about his client.
He's in good spirits. He's indicated that he vehemently denies the charges, and he's looking forward to his day in court.
Attorney Matt Licata was asked if Brazier said anything to him about where Zion Foster is.
For purposes of arraignment, it's pretty cut and dry. We don't get into the facts of the case.
Reporting in East Point, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
I still think like the other day that he's had something to do with it. He one of them nasty ass, hillbilly ass acting cousins who had something to do with his cousin. I still believe that.
Yeah. So today, in the update, which is the one that I wanted to see you, but let's look at the second clip that I sent you. The last one that I sent you. Could you bring that one up? So today he had his day in court, his first day in court, which was his arraignment. And he got $250,000 bond. And he was charged today with lying to the police about the situation in this case, about this case. So, in simple fact that he lied and said that he was never with her, he hadn't seen her, and then by them having the footage that he has her, they have her in the ring video and this, that, and the other, getting in the car with him and him leaving with her. So he was charged with that. But let's say this.
Are you talking about the you want me to show the it's like a Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So let's say this. Anytime the police arrest you for just lying, in a case like this, 9 times out of 10 they got a lot more on you, but they're just trying to pick up the pieces. What they don't want to do is bring any additional charges against him until they get a certain piece of evidence that they are actually looking for. And in this case, unfortunately, I do believe that it is a body. Hang on. Welcome to the panel, Mom. This is my guy, Mom Rosetta. Welcome to the panel.
Hello, Rosetta.
Hello.
Hey, to bring you up to speed, we're talking about Zion Foster, the missing 17-year-old from here in East Point, Michigan, and we're talking about how we just played the news clip about the cousin and the fact that he is being charged today. Well, the breaking news today is, you guys, is that not only is he being charged and held on $250,000 bond, but they're saying that even if he gets released on bond, he would have to be on GPS tether. The judge revealed that Detroit police are now asking for a homicide warrant. A homicide warrant in this case. I am absolutely devastated about that. So there is a great possibility that this baby has been, or someone in this that is connected with this case is dead. And so the Detroit police is asking for a homicide warrant in order to be able to arrest this young man for homicide. Today I'm looking up some information. How am I going to be able to go back to and get these other pictures on here? Okay, let's go. Okay, that's good. Okay, go back to the last one, Ma. Okay, the one was another one before that. Another one before it. It was the very first one you clicked on. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, well, can you blow it up? Listen, y'all, this is my producer because I don't know how to work all this stuff. So she is actually teaching me. And just an online experiment. Y'all wouldn't know. Okay.
Oh, and so let me shout out Crazy T and 5,000 in the chat. What's up, girl?
Thank you for coming, Crazy T. And guess what? I am so glad you kicked on the recommendation, and it probably came from my sister from another mister. Thank you for dropping in and sharing with us. Sounds like an interesting case, and he definitely has something to do with her disappearance, or who knows who did. Oh, girl. So check this out. After the warrant it was stated that the warrant was issued, other people started chiming in. So this guy, Pebbles, Bam 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 Pebbles, whatever the name is on YouTube, is a YouTuber and that has been reporting on this story. And someone wrote into them to say, "Hi Pebbles, I was just watching your live stream, and I can tell you that Jalen worked for Amazon, where this person works. but had recently lost his job. I know this based on text messages our daughter has shared with us from conversations that she has had with him. Okay, so this person's daughter works at Amazon. I misspoke, but this person's daughter works from Amazon, and she knows the young man. Well, the Jalen Brazier that worked at Amazon also, but he recently got fired. But he's been fired since I think they said January 10th. This baby went missing January 4th, but Jalen's car has been seen near or on the Amazon property at least 15 times since he lost his job. So they're wondering, what is he showing up like he works there every day? And wherever it is near a mile, 10 Mile and DeQuinder, where the old racetrack is. And you know the racetrack is closed. So what reason would he have to be hanging out, coming up there, hanging out at the racetrack? So something with this story is linking to that Amazon lot and to the racetrack. Okay, you can go to the next frame. See what we can gather from that. Okay. This is more evidence that hold on, I'm gonna have to blow this up because I wear glasses, y'all. I had a question about the sightings where it says that 15 sightings by license plate recognition. So they have a system at that at the facility that picks up license plates, and it monitors when those license plates come in and out and how often. Well, Amazon is a place that delivers packages and things of that nature. So for a whole lot of reasons, they monitor who comes in and out of that lot, just in case somebody delivers a bomb or a threat or something like that. If something was to get stolen, or someone is stealing something from the job and all this, that, and the other thing, they can monitor what is going on. So the license plate recognition system picked up his license plate in that area 15 times. And if he doesn't, they're saying, if he doesn't work at Amazon anymore, what is he doing in that particular area? And the picture, the bottom part of this picture shows actually his license plate. And that's okay. This will show it as well. It shows the license plate. Yep. And it shows his license plate, and it shows like it'll show a little small picture of the car, the plate, or whatever. You can see it in the little corner of the screen, and it actually shows like the dates and the times and all that it showed up at that property. So again, it's very suspicious that he's going back and forth to his job, his former job, and he hasn't worked in that job in over 2 weeks. But he's been going back up there since almost a week after this young lady has been had went missing. Okay, you want to the next picture for me? Again, these are different pictures, different times, and that's his car. And each time you can see his license plate. You see in the vehicle, it said the vehicle was first seen on 7/27/2020. That's probably around the time where he started going. And then it goes on and on. Each frame will show you up to, how many times. You just look up there and he said the last LPR visit date was 12/22/21, which is probably the last time he was actually employed at that particular thing. And it shows, a total amount of time and all that. So, okay, we want to go to the next one. This is a part of the article. Yeah, you can skip past that one. This is just a part of the article where it first mentions. These are pictures of Zion. She's a beautiful girl. She is just gorgeous. She is absolutely gorgeous. 17 years old. 17 years old. Okay. All right. I believe we could close out with that one. I think that's all I wanted to point out in that particular article. But I will say that again, um, the I think the judge gave the jurisdiction back to Detroit police on whether they will issue a because Detroit police asked for and it was in their jurisdiction that they asked for the warrant for homicide, that they will have to go back to Detroit to get the warrant. And
well, that's crazy what the judge said. I mean, the judge who and welcome to the chat, everybody. Somebody in the chat said we just want her home safe. I don't know if that's like somebody a family member or friend or relative but yes, we want her home safe too. But when I was listening to that video, the judge saying when she mentioned death or dead or like she was kind of like, she's a judge, so judges have to be very,
they're
very
brave and
careful.
they're kind of
Right.
hard.
Right. And we've been covering, on my channel, the Cardi B, Tasha K for like 2 weeks, that trial. So the judge have to be really careful with what they saying. But basically she was saying was like in a certain type of way, like this girl could be out here in danger. This girl could be out here hurt. This girl could be out here. And she's kind of like in a certain way pleading with the cousin who's basically been brought in.
And he refuses to talk.
When you first told me about that story, I still feel like he probably has something to do with it. And I could be wrong, but I still feel like he has something to do with it. And it could be where he tried to do something to her, or he could have been trying to traffic her.
Okay, so since you mentioned that, during this investigation, when the mother and police requested her phone records and saw her text messages back and forth with him, it is found out that he had actually been flirting with her or trying to have
right. And he trying to say in court he ain't seen her in like how long?
Yep. And not only that he had been trying to give her drugs and alcohol and things like that. So he's trying to it could have been that he was trying to get her high so he could traffic her.
That's what I think. Either personally, because I know this ain't the chat for that, but like I done been through some things, and one day we're gonna have to do that type of show. But I done been through some things where I done had cousins when I was younger. I'm like, there's some trailer park shit. Like we cousins. You know what I mean? So that's why I said it could be that he either was trying to get at her, because that does happen, or he could have been trying to pimp her out, sell her out on the market.
Right.
And it could have been that they put her on some drugs. She got high. She had an overdose and she died. That's what I'm really.
I mean, it could have been anything. It could have been anything, but we don't know that she is deceased. We're praying that she's not.
I hope she's not, but I have a feeling.
The fact that they're looking for, right, but because they're looking for a warrant for homicide. Because they're looking for a warrant for homicide at this point. It is really, really.
I hate to say it, but I think she's gone, and I hate to say it.
Really not.
Because I know there's people out there who have high hopes, and you know how it goes, Sis-Lo. We follow a lot of these crime stories on YouTube, and I have a feeling she's either held somewhere where they are taking advantage of her, or they done already done what they want to do, and then got rid of her. And I pray that it's not that, right? But it's like this dude is lying. This dude is lying. He's purpose. Lying. I ain't seen her in years. But the phone records. I mean, they tracking in 5 days.
The ring video.
Right, they tracking. Like the Ring videos is like when I was live with you earlier today, I said, let me check the Ring video, see if my package here. They tracking. So all these things that they tracking and Ring videos and all that kind of stuff, I have a very bad feeling. But I'm gonna still pray for her and keep her in my prayers that hopefully she'll come back home. But whoo, child, this is a hard one.
Yeah. It's really hard. It's really, really hard, and my heart is broken just having to even come to and bring a story like this. Rosetta, you want to add something on here?
No, I wasn't even familiar with the update at all, so I'm listening.
Oh.
That's all new. No, I knew that. I mean, not to change the subject at all. However, when you said that the Detroit police is reaching out, I guess, to the court system and asking for a homicide warrant, well, it made me just go back, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the mother, the pregnant woman with twins. Her boyfriend set her on fire. Well, the judge gave him a very low bond, and he got out.
Right.
They've reissued the bond to a $750,000 cash bond. So I was just thinking about, maybe, they're trying to be precautious now to make sure they cover that area. But no, I was not aware.
Well, that wasn't for the bond though. The warrant.
No. But I'm just speaking in terms of that guy got locked up. The man that set the woman on fire was locked up, but they gave him a very low bond, and he got out of jail. And now they went back and asked for a $750,000 cash bond. That's all.
So they revoked it and
yes. Well, they reissued a new one,
right?
But I wasn't familiar with this one with the the young lady that's missing.
Yeah. Well, this is the difference with this is that his bond is set for $250,000, but the difference with this is that the Detroit police are asking for a homicide warrant.
Right, but I'm just saying maybe they're being precautious.
If you want the video of the track that was she talking about, I got it in the background if you want to play it.
Okay.
Because I never heard about that, so just in case anybody else want to hear it, I got it in the background just in case you want to play it.
Yeah, that was the one that I mentioned right along with the one that we were talking about, that the remains were found. All of these.
That's the one that your friend Rosetta's talking about. That's that one.
No. They're two different. They all happened right around the same time. Though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one Rosetta was talking about. That's the one I got in the background. If anybody wanted to see that story, if you wanted to bring it on, I was just saying if you wanted me to bring it on.
Oh, I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Okay, because I ain't heard about that story.
Oh yeah, it's all gross.
So let me go ahead and play that for you guys.
Now the new developments in a horrific crime against a woman who's 6 months pregnant with twins.
Police say this man doused her with lighter fluid and then set her on fire. Today, Devon Marsh went before a judge on charges that include assault with intent to murder. Local 4 defender Sean Lay is following the case for Sean. This is a tougher charge than he originally faced.
And those original charges resulted in a $5,000 bond, cash bond, Kimberly, that the Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy called woefully inadequate. So that first case was scrapped. The case you're alluding to, brand new, came today.
As the court may or may not be aware, the charges in this case are incredibly serious, and the allegations are just heinous and shocking.
41-year-old Devon Marsh in court again and charged again with an unthinkable attack on his girlfriend who is pregnant with twins.
It is alleged in this case that the defendant poured lighter fluid on his pregnant girlfriend and lit her on fire, causing severe injuries.
It happened January 14th at a home on Packard Street in Detroit. Last week, Marsh was arraigned on assault charges, not attempted murder charges. The victim in critical condition with burns all over her body. But Marsh was given a bond amounting to $5,000, meaning he could bond out. That victim's life could have immediately been again put in danger. Instead, Macomb County immediately picked him up for a probation violation.
The defendant was on bond or probation in Macomb County for a total of 4 convictions for assault or for distribution or possession with intent to distribute narcotics, and he was absconder at that point in time.
Now, prosecutors dropped their original case and hit Marsh with all new charges, including assault with intent to murder, and an all-new bond was given to Marsh.
Court will set bond at $750,000 cash or surety.
Back here live. If you just Google this case, that original $5,000 bond has made worldwide news. Much higher bond, you just heard the magistrate say, at 36th District Court. Let's talk about the victim in this case. She's only 26. Again, expecting twins, still at Detroit Receiving Hospital, still in critical condition with burns over 36% of her body. Back to you.
Okay.
That is crazy that they only gave. Ooh, Rosetta, I'm so glad you mentioned that because I haven't heard about that. And that is crazy that they only gave him a $5,000 bond in the beginning. That is crazy. Hey, what's up, Ocean's Way TV? Hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. That's my homeboy from Omaha, Nebraska. But yeah, that is crazy. They gave him $5,000 bond in the beginning, and you done burned like 30% of your baby mama with twins on the way. That's crazy. Ooh, child, that's crazy. And that's crazy. I'm glad that judge revisited that. I'm glad they I'm glad that changed that because $5,000. Obviously, if you setting your baby mama on fire and she pregnant with your twins, obviously you were trying to kill her. And they should have upped that bond. $5,000. That would make it what? 10% of 5,000 is what? $500.
But check this out though. That bond, that $5,000 bond, was a bond he was out on before he did this to her. When he burned her, he was out on bond for some other crimes. So when they did finally,
I thought they said that he was on $5,000. I thought I could have sworn
he was on bond for something else. And while he was out on bond, he committed this crime. So they set the bond to $750,000. So
are you sure? Because the way I heard it was he burned her, and then they put him on $5,000 bond for assault. I heard the way I heard it was he put her on $5,000 on assault, and then
another charge.
Oh, okay.
Pull it back up so we can.
Okay, I will. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, but he was on there for another assault charge, and he came out.
Let me see. What did I look up to find that case?
That was crazy.
Okay, let me see.
It's like you get out on one charge, and you get out and set your baby mama.
Man, that is crazy. I'm like, how you set your baby mama on fire? She get pregnant with your kid. Ooh, these dudes out here. Is ruthless. See, that's why I'm single now. Shit.
That ain't why I'm single now, but yeah, that's why I might.
Let me play it. I'm gonna play it again for you, honey, because I could have sworn that they said he was out on $5,000 bail for this crime right here, but it could have been for something different. Okay, let me make it big and mute myself.
I was pinned between 2 cars after a drunk driver hit me.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
My leg was completely crushed and needed surgery. The Sam Bernstein law firm fought for me every step of the way and got me a $1 million verdict. That's the Bernstein advantage.
Now the new developments in a horrific crime against a woman who's 6 months pregnant with twins.
Police say this man doused her with lighter fluid and then set her on fire. Today, Devon Marsh went before a judge on charges that include assault with intent to murder. Local 4 defender Sean Lay is following the case for Sean. This is a tougher charge than he originally faced.
And those original charges resulted in a $5,000 bond, cash bond, Kimberly, that the Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy called woefully inadequate. So that first case was scrapped. The case you're alluding to, brand new, came today.
As the court may or may not be aware, the charges in this case are incredibly serious, and the allegations are just heinous and shocking.
41-year-old Devon Marsh in court again and charged again with an unthinkable attack on his girlfriend, who is pregnant with twins.
It is alleged in this case that the defendant poured lighter fluid on his pregnant girlfriend and lit her on fire, causing severe injuries.
It happened January 14th at a home on Packard Street in Detroit. Last week, Marsh was arraigned on assault charges, not attempted murder charges. The victim in critical condition with burns all over her body. But Marsh was given a bond amounting to $5,000, meaning he could.
I told you he was given a $5,000 bond on
Correct.
assault.
That's right. Yes, you were right.
So it's the same. It's the same case. It's the same.
Yes, it's the same. Exactly. It is the same case.
Different charges.
But he
No, it's
only
it's the same case against his girlfriend, baby mama, but they gave him $5,000. That's why I said I can't believe they gave him $5,000.
Yes, it was a $5,000 assault charge.
Right.
But it was the same case for setting her on fire.
Exactly.
And the reason why I brought up the two cases was maybe when you said that they are seeking something else, they are trying to be precautious after this dumb thing to let this guy out. All he had to do was $5,000, which was
exactly. That's what I was like.
It wasn't $5,000 cash. That was the entire bond. That's why they went back.
Right, but Miss Sis-Lo thought it was a whole totally different charge that he was getting charged with.
Out on parole. But check this out though. They came back with the other case with.
Well, no, it was the same. I mean, the charge was only assault. They only, after he set her on fire, they only charged him with assault.
Yeah, I get that. I'm talking about now. The case with Zion. So the case with Zion, they said they found his car in Waterford.
But that's a totally different case, ain't it?
Yeah. No, I'm talking now about the reason why they brought the they're trying to get the homicide warrant on the disappearance of Zion Foster. They found the cousin. They found his car in Waterford. Now the license plate recognition thing picked him up going back and forth to the Amazon place, to Hazel Park. I think they said to Chicago, and back here, and then to Waterford. In Waterford.
Right, and the car was a totally different case from this case.
I'm talking about the case I was originally talking about when I came on. I guess you're talking about the one that he set her on fire. I'm not talking about that one. I'm back to talking about Zion.
I thought that was the case that we were currently focused on. The girl who got set on fire.
Yeah, no, I'm right. I'm going back to the warrant part when she said that she thought that they might have came back and brought the greater charges on him to assure that he doesn't get out of jail.
Well, that's this case, though. That's
right. That's this case. Okay, wait a minute. Follow me. So that's why I went back. When she said that, she linked the two cases. The mom linked the two cases together from that aspect. She's saying the reason why they went back and probably recharged him with the bigger charges and gave him more bail so he couldn't get out. I mean, the reason why they did what they did to the young man was Zion making his bail $750,000 from the beginning, and then turning around and asking for a homicide warrant is to assure that he doesn't get out like this guy could have gotten out with the $5,000 bond because his bond was so cheap. So when I first started back to talking, I said, what makes the difference with this case, with the Zion Foster case, is that when they are looking for the homicide warrant, it could be from some evidence that they found in the car when they found that car in Waterford, the car that she was in, that he picked her up in. They found that car in Waterford, Michigan. And when they found it, I'm wondering if they found something that eluded them to think that she was harmed in some type of way. So that's why they set his bond to $750,000. And that's why they're asking for a homicide warrant. Make sure he don't get out and go anywhere. Because if he travel all these different places, they can't say he's not a flight risk, because he in fact is a flight risk, which is why I'm glad they did set his bond so high. So Mom was saying basically that's probably why they want the homicide warrant, so they could put a bigger bond on him, like they did with this guy with the fire. So that's how she linked the two together, and that's where the confusion may have come in at. But no, we're still talking about the situation with Zion. So did you follow me a little bit now? See what I'm talking about, Tanya?
Not really, but
oh Lord, what did
I mean, because we were talking about Zion and we already did the videos and the pics, and then we jumped to the other dude. So
right, and she was, Mom, tell her what you were saying. The reason why you bought the one with the fire into it.
Okay, this is what I was speaking of. I'm very clear that it's two distinctively different cases. However, what I was saying is the system, Detroit, I'm just speaking of right now, have made a really huge boo-boo with the fire, with the pregnant woman that was set on fire, by giving that particular guy a very low bond of only $5,000, and he turned around and got out immediately. And then after they got him out, that particular clip didn't talk about it. However, they went through his history, how he had just gotten out of jail, how his his criminal history, all of that. And then Kim Worthy said, okay, this is ridiculous, 750,000. So when it just made me go to that particular case. Once you said that the police are not, well, the police or whoever is seeking a homicide to add to the Zion charge, the young lady Zion that's missing, because we really don't know at this time if there is a homicide. We are all hoping and believing for the best that she's somewhere being held. But they added that homicide charge to it to make sure that this young man doesn't get out and can tamper with, because it sounds like to me what he is doing is tampering with evidence, or some kind of way hiding evidence, because he's all over the place. Crime. Yes.
Right.
I mean, that's just my thoughts.
Right.
So I really apologize if I confused everyone, bringing in the other case, making it seem like it's one. No, I'm very aware it's two distinctive different cases. I was just tying in the thought process behind adding the homicide, even though we don't know if it's a homicide, if in the event this young lady, is in that state.
Yeah, we're hoping that she's still alive. And
she's
then
not. Yes.
When she made that point, I took it back to the Zion situation, because she only brought the fire thing up just to say why they increased his bond to what it was. They did it like they did the guy with the fire, to make sure he don't get out and go anywhere, pretty much. And so I went back to the Zion case by saying the difference with this is when they found that car that she was in, that he had picked her up in his car, that they may have found something in there to lead to the fact that there was a homicide committed or something like that. And that's how I got back on the Zion case, because I never stopped talking about it. The only reason why the guy with the fire came up was to talk about the bail part, about the link, the reason why you know, they're trying to cover all bases to make sure that neither one of these guys get out. But just like they did with the dude with the fire, this is probably why they doing the Brazier guy with the Zion case. That's how we were, you know. But we were not talking about the guy with the fire because I'm not even done researching the whole kit and caboodle with that. I was just strictly focusing on the update with design. I don't mind discussing it at all. It's just that I was getting back to finish the update part on the Zion Foster cases. That's it. It's like, you know, we all on the same page. We just, maybe I turned the page the wrong way or skipped the page or something. I don't know. So that's that. But yeah. So when they found the car, they found Brazier's car in Waterford. And when they did that plate recognition thing, because you know, in different states and counties and all that, they do have that license plate recognition also. And that's how, you know, when people say, oh, I got a ticket in the mail, blah blah blah, it's because that license plate recognition thing picked it up and caught you speeding, or caught somebody close to you speeding and sent you a ticket. So they have these license plate recognition things from state to state, and that's how they found out that he went to Chicago. He was in Hazel Park, how many times he was up at the Amazon place, and this, that, and the other. So his car was found abandoned in Waterford, Michigan. And when they found the car, I'm thinking the reason why they increased the charge, or they're trying to increase the charge to get the homicide warrant, is because maybe they found something. Well, actually, the police did say, Detroit police said that whatever they found in their car makes them concerned for her. So, yeah. You follow me now, sis? Or are you catching up a little bit? I hope you got it. Got what I'm saying anyway. Tanya? Hello? Bishop Lemon Pepper Stepper, you quiet over there.
I'm just listening.
T, you here? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Down here.
Oh yeah. Did I kind of explain myself a little bit more to help you to see what I was talking about? The reason why I went back to the Zion thing. Huh?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. I just I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So now they're, by them wanting this warrant, this homicide warrant, it really has me a little shaken. I hope that no great harm has been done to this baby, other than the fact that whatever it is that she's been through mentally for the last 3 weeks. I pray that is indeed not a homicide, and God forbid, but if so, not hers. I mean, my whole heart hurts for this situation. I was telling you guys that her aunt goes to church with me. She's a worship leader, one of the worship leaders at my church, and I just pray that all is well. Let me see some of the comments. Crazy T5000 says, "How do you charge a person with assault when they attempted to murder a pregnant?" That's what Tanya was saying. She was saying, how do you do that? Now, that's clearly attempted murder. Doused her whole body in 30%. What did they say, Tanya? 36% of her body burned. That's the point that Tanya was
No. Over 70% of her body is burned.
Oh, Lord. Well, that's twice as bad. Yeah, so that should have never been yeah, that was crazy. They charged him with assault. Wait a minute. What did I do? They charged him with assault instead of murder. It makes me wonder, did they gather proper evidence? And that's the whole thing, even with both of these cases. They got to make sure that they have the proper evidence to fit what the charges are, or vice versa, proper charges to fit the evidence that they have. With this guy that set the girl on fire, it's clear that he set her on fire. It's clear that he tried to do harm to her. It's clear that he tried to kill her. He tried to burn her alive, not caring if those babies died or not. And at this point, they still don't know if the babies or her will make it through this. And that's just awful. In the Zion situation, we don't know that there's a person that has passed away in this situation. We're hoping for the best, but it's to be perfectly honest, and I don't know how everybody on the panel agrees, but I don't know. This doesn't look like a good outcome. I hope it is, but oh my God, it just doesn't look. It doesn't look good at this point. And at this point, you wonder how much or how far would they go to even cover up what has been done. What you think about that? What y'all think about that? Anybody? Hello?
I just hope they figure out what happened to the girl, because I still believe what I said in the beginning.
Yeah, he did. He had something.
He had something to do with it. He's one of those trailer park cousins who either do something to his own cousin or he'll pimp her out to somebody else. But what I really think is that he did something because of the flirting text messages or the flirt messages that he had, that they got proof of. Like, you flirting with your cousin, and this is his first cousin. It ain't like second, third, fourth remove. It's his first cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, and it happens. It happens. First cousins think, hey, we ain't gonna get in all that subject, but it happens. And I just think that's what happened. I think maybe she turned him down because he's a cousin. And he I mean, they said, drugs and all that kind of stuff was involved, and yeah, that's what I think. I think he drugged her up. I think he did something with her himself, more than I think that he like pimped her out or tried to sell her into the the market or whatever. I think he had something to do with it directly. And he probably got her drunk, got her high, gave her too much drugs. She passed out or died or had a heart attack or something like that. That's what I think happened. Yeah.
I think that's something. And when we used to call them when we were little, when a family member tried to hit on you, we call them vampires or bloodsuckers. They didn't care about nothing. They was a bloodsucker. But yeah, I pray
I don't know what they were called back in the day, but I'm a 70s babies, and I just call them perverts. Shit. Oh, I didn't mean to cuss. I'm sorry. I don't know if you cuss on your channel, but I call them perverts and pedos. I'm gonna call them pedos. That's what I call them, because I come from a very large family, like my mom's side, my dad's side, my stepdad's side, and it's not uncommon to have somebody in your family, no matter what pedigree you're from, to have some either drug addict, a child pedo, a thief. Every family has somebody that they're not really proud of, and a lot more than likely it's in the hood where you have these people who are preying on children in the family. And as history may show, they get swept under the rug because our families be too proud or too embarrassed, or it's that motto, what happens in this house stays in this house.
Right.
And that's how a lot of the people who are the victims, they have to suffer in silence to this person who does something to them at birthdays, at anniversaries, at Christmas, at Thanksgiving. They have to suffer in silence because nobody does something to the person that has done something to them. So I don't know if it has more to do with drugs, but I really think from what they're saying, him flirting with her and all that kind of stuff, I think he probably is the main suspect that they should be after, that did something to her. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree fully. I mean, I can't add or take away anything from that. I agree fully. Well, guys, it's been almost an hour. that we have been on here, and I promised that I would not keep you guys on here long, with the consideration that you all have work in the morning for the most part, or other things to do. And I am so grateful to all of my panelists, everybody that came up to share with me on tonight. Miss T from the Hood Table, I love you so much. I appreciate you for, even though you worked a long schedule today and got on and did your business on your channel, you still found time and a heart of compassion to come on over here and produce for me.
I love you, girl.
Girl, you like old folks love soft shoes. My brother Tom, even though he muted and went to sleep on me, and
he probably sleep, Mr. Bishop Lemon Pepper Steppers.
Ain't nobody over here asleep. I've been holding up. I got to be at work in the morning.
And I think I woke my mama up to get her.
No, I wasn't asleep. No, I'm just I was actually laying down, so I have various voices. I probably got as much bass in my voice as Tone does. Good evening, Mr. Tone. What they call you, lemon pepper? What did y'all call it?
Lemon Pepper Steppers.
Oh, okay.
How
So
you
that
doing?
was one of the things. No, I'm a late nighter. I just start laying down, and when I lay down, my voice gets extra bass. That's all.
Oh no, okay. Well, I'm glad you came all the same. Because my show would not be without that it is without you. And to all of the people in the chat, Mr. Crazy 5000, Ocean's Wave, all those letters and numbers I can't read. Hood Table, thank you for even this girl moderate you doing it all. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you all. Anything you guys want to say before we go?
I'm just going to keep that young girl in my prayers, because we had a situation similar to that. I don't know if Tom remember, but we had a situation with that, with the Joshua Keto case. That I had followed, and I had drove out of town every day 2-3 hours to follow that case and take notes and bring it back to our city. But it was really a tragedy to have one of our Black young ladies, college student, just disappear off the face of the earth. And they found out who did it, and he was sentenced to life. And yeah, that's really hard to go through those trials where you have an idea of what happened, but you don't want to say, you don't want to put it out into the universe, but you still have an idea what happened, because like the law says, especially when it comes to children, like after 48 hours is most critical. When they come to grown-ups, after after a week is most critical. So you just have to keep those people in your prayers. As soon as you find out they're missing, keep them in your prayers, because time is very, very valuable.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the time that they are missing.
Yeah, they need to find an Amber Alert type situation for sex trafficking for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe Mom and I, Rosetta and I, can get together, because the courthouse is right up the street from me, literally.
Mm-hmm.
It's right up the street from me. So maybe she and I can get together and go to the next hearing or something. But in the meantime, between time, and if the creek don't rise, I will see you guys another time. Thank you again for sharing your time with me. To all of my people out there that are listening and watching, or that will check us out on the replay, I just want to thank you for coming in and joining us. Thank you for taking your time. Don't forget to hit like, share, and if you want to support the channel financially, you can do so by hitting that Cash App link, $SISLO. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you for everything that you do. And until next time, we never say goodbye, because goodbye is too permanent. So we'll always say later for now. I love you on purpose. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace.
Later for now. Peace.
Make sure y'all brush y'all teeth.
Yes, brush y'all teeth, everybody. Wash y'all face and make sure y'all put on some clean pajamas. Good night.
And change them dirty drawers.
See, Bishop Lemon Peppers, you bringing the old hood table over here to Miss Sis-Lo chat.
And comb them leather wigs.
Oh my God. Oh, okay, I'm out.